Hold on. Feels like I got a splinter on my foot or something like that. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. I don't know what the hell that was about. But anyway, good morning. We didn't do a um, a coffee stream on Monday because I just felt under the weather. And I had a lot of other things I had to do. I said, you know what? We'll do the coffee stream on Friday. Friday stream, yeah, that's right. The first one is here. Zerloth? Good morning. King Santino, how are you, Santino? 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, I get to hang out with Santino and so many other great people again. 2 weeks. What's up, Kurt? What's up, everybody? Just showing up. Showing up on a Friday morning. It's going to be me and Matt tonight. And it's gonna be fun. I got a whole bunch of random shit, random stuff. We can talk about whatever you want. The lines will be open. I got Johnny Mojack. What's going on? How are you? Oh, good. Johnny loves Keto Brains. That's everybody. That's Deacon over there on John Ward's wonderful channel at his studio. I don't think Deacon can make it next in 2 weeks, but John should still be there. And Deacon, anytime whenever we do something, and this is just the first of hopefully many, all types of categories of events. I hope that you come, man, because you're always going to be welcome, you and John. So there you go. Speaking of, what the fuck? I definitely got some sort of a splinter. I can feel it under the balls of my foot. The hell? Pants are pressed and cowboy boots are polished, says King. Good. Katie's going to be wearing cowboy boots as well. She's coming straight from Texas. I had another friend of the show, Cohen, who's from Europe. He's the farthest traveled that's coming in. It's crazy because next week I'm going to be giving all of the attendees another email with local spots that they can go to. First of all, I gotta send everybody over to my buddy's pizzeria and have them ask about the glory hole. He said I told you he started laughing about that, but he also did say that he's going to take care of people and make them some kind of a special or whatever. But it's really it's crazy because we have this one guy who watches the show from Europe that got an Airbnb like maybe about a block away from my buddy's pizzeria. And it's surreal. And it'll be more and more surreal as the time goes on, and I get to hang out with all of you guys and gals who are coming, because it's just we spend so much time either me in my my studio, you guys from your respective locations, just having this digital veil between us that it's easy to just see numbers and likes and comments and just view it all as a video game. And you don't realize how even 100 people who take interest in a common thing, if those people get together, that's a lot of fucking people. That's a lot of people. And they're real people. And that's what I can't wait for. Anyway, going to tour Rockefeller Preserve and Estate during the day on Saturday. What else you can do? You can go to the 76 House, one of Matt's favorites restaurants in Tappan, New York. It's right over the Tappan Zee Bridge, now renamed for Mario Cuomo. But you can go to the 76 House, and that is where that used to be a Revolutionary War headquarters, and also it's where they held General John Andre before they executed him. It's good stuff. Good stuff there. They actually still serve the original recipe of George Washington's favorite ale there, the 76 House. It's like, I don't know, it's like a half-hour drive away from all of the hour stuff. You have to get on 287 and cross the bridge, and then you're making your way through this tiny little colonial town. It's just all tiny and windy, small little roads. Everything's packed together. It's pretty cool. But hey, you can all just meet me at the coffee house. All right. Speaking of coffee, there's a coffee house in town that I'm going to be directing people to. I already reached out to them. I said, hey, listen, I'm going to be directing people to your coffee house. Do you mind if I bring you some of my coffee and you can brew it that day in case they ask for it? And they said, absolutely. So you guys, by request, you can go and have some elevation blend to start your day. I don't know if it's going to be cold brewed, but it'll definitely be hot brewed. And I'm giving, hey, listen, you got to get this in your life. You really do. My mother just bought 2 bags. I was surprised by that. But Keto Brains, wake your mind up. Bring it into balance, focused energy. No sugar, no dairy, but still it comes out creamy. Listen, there's a lot of mushroom-based stuff out there that tastes like ass. Ass warmed over. I know King likes that, but not in my coffee. And the fact that this comes out creamy every time, and poof, just good stuff, man. You just feel aligned and focused. And if you want some samples of this, get in touch with me, Frank at quitefrankly.tv, or just comment maybe comment afterwards. You can comment sample afterwards, and I'll just respond with my email address, and then I'll get your address and I'll send it out. And if you're coming to the event, you're probably going to get loaded up with it too. So it makes a work day, a creative day, a workout damn good. The link is in the description below. And yeah, if you're a monthly subscriber, you get a recurring 20% off of this stuff too. I give you that code when you sign up on Subscribestar or somewhere like that. But Molly is she's coming back. I'm talking about this more because I can't concentrate on the chat right now. Molly's coming back on the air next week. And for the rest of August, anything that you buy on the Keto Brains website with any of the active Quite Frankly codes, including Summer Frankly, she's sending you home all types of free shit. They give away so much value, so much good stuff. So go and patronize them because they support this show, and they've been lifesavers this year. It's been a year of transition on Quite Frankly. Not sex transition. I'm still a man. Am I? But a lot of transition and trying new things and all that stuff. And thank God for Keto Brains on a number of levels. But their support has been paramount, and you supporting them helps me and helps you because you're gonna love it. All right, what do you guys want to see tonight? I've got reels. John Bolton with his broom mustache has been raided by the FBI. That's nice. That's a tasty little something. Whatever you want to see in tonight's show, you can either tag me on Discord or you can tell me right now. I'm going to take note of it the best I can. You can email me. You could leave it in the comments after this live stream ends. But I got a lot of stuff that I know Matt's going to love. And I just want to have a good time tonight. After a show like last night with G. Edward Griffin, you want to keep the pedal to the metal, but you also want to bask in how great of an experience that was, and kind of just shift gears a little bit. I feel like after a show like that, I am always inclined, especially if it's a Friday night, to just let the windows down, take back the top of the convertible, and enjoy sunset. on the highway. Put some Van Halen on, whatever the fuck it is. That's what I'm thinking. Last night's show was also worth a rewatch. I just wonder if I should leave it up. And for how long? I don't think he said anything controversial. I thought it was really all in great taste. And things have kind of changed on YouTube a little bit over the last couple of months and whatever. So I'm going to leave it there at least for the weekend. But we'll see. Hold on, let me get this. Turn you guys around with me. Come with me. So I can write notes better. All right. So, what's good? What are we doing here? No uglies and pink thongs, though. He's like 99 years old or something. Who? G. Edward? Good morning, everybody. From Chicago. Weather is perfect. It's only going to break 80 degrees. It's only going to break 80 degrees over here once over the next 10 days. So we're in the upper 70s now, with lows in the 60s at night. And it's nice, but it's also, man, that was fast. That was fast. It really was. That was fast, man. I got to find a way to travel this winter. Visit some friends of the show in Florida or something and take the show on the road or whatever. Last winter was so miserable. And now they're saying, I don't know if it's the Farmer's Almanac or something like that, but they're saying that we're going to get an early winter here in October this year. And that won't go away until whatever. Go see Dilly, yeah. I want to go see Dilly. I want to go see Mel K. I want to go see Chris Ann Hall. Chris Ann's in Tampa area too, so I think I would just have to start with her, then have to go down to West Palm. I feel like that's a road trip. I want to go to the bunker, Mojack. I want to see everything you guys built in Pennsylvania. I'm going to see Pantera and Emin Amarath in Washington State tonight. Hell, that's great, Shell. I saw that Pantera finally started putting some new, old classics into their set that they had been. It had been the same set for like 2.5 years. And just a couple of weeks after the last time we saw them in May with Metallica, that's when they started putting some stuff in there. Like I saw that they put Tens in there and a couple other songs. I was like, damn, I wish we could have seen that. We're going to have these new weather events called ice hurricanes. That's going to be next. Ice hurricane. Isn't that a polar vortex? Or is that just a drop in weather? Because we've been hearing about polar vortexes for a while now. See, unlike G. Edward Griffin, the books down here, I have not read them all. I intend to. There's quite a few up there that I think would be good for book club. That's why I'm stacking them there. Those are all of my Cosa Nostra. My La Cosa Nostra and, Mario Puzo-esque, like the books on the 5 families in New York and organized crime. King would like these right here. Down here, I mean, these are actually Star Wars, the original Dark Horse comics for Star Wars, and then some Star Wars encyclopedias. This right here, you can't see it because it is behind a jar of all of Aurora's sea glass that she has been collecting and categorizing by color. But behind that jar are the Game of Thrones books, George Martin's novels. And then behind here, I don't know, we got a couple of things. I think that's my grandfather's version of the robe on top. That's Michael Crichton's, that's Jurassic Park 1 and 2. That's Jurassic Park and Lost World together. I think underneath that, I don't know. But the Black Label stuff is in the back. The Black Label stuff is in the back. Let me see. Let me show you. I don't think I've ever showed you guys this before. Hold on. Here we go. This is the Black Label stuff. Oh yes. Oh yes. This is the stuff I make sure it's not easily easily accessed by my family so that they don't. What does this mean? Ugh. Even got morals and dogma. This right here, this entire set of Mysteries of the Unknown, I found behind a food emporium, spilling out of a black garbage bag. It's just spilling out of a black garbage bag. That was a while ago. We said, "What the hell is that? Those books?" We were skateboarding back there. We were kicking through them a little bit. I said, "Holy shit, these are awesome books, and they're in perfect condition." And that was like 25 years ago. That's one hell of a find. Yeah, you're right. That's better than like a tag sale find. You don't even have to spend a quarter on it. Of course, it is technically garbage picking, but they're in such good shape. So there you go. What else is there to say? Let me see. There's some stuff I've been sending myself for Matt that I know he's going to crack up on. For shits and giggles, we can talk about Cracker Barrel, which is just the way of the world. Now, the real question about Cracker Barrel is versus Bud Light. Do you think that this could actually end up with many locations closing? Because you got these Marxist revolutionary problem glasses women coming in and destroying the feel. Oh, you know what you can do without just getting too sanctimonious about Cracker Barrel, which I love. Anybody over the last 5 years who have gotten regular Christmas gifts from me have probably at least 1 year gotten a gift that I got at a Cracker Barrel store. But I also want to hear about any kind of restaurants around you that had the perfect vibe and was ruined. I have one in mind that was perfect, and it was ruined. So we can talk about that. Just random things. I saw about Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke. I saw what she said about how this is not. It was medical malpractice or something like that. So we can see. The Cracker Barrel here just closed. There's only one Cracker Barrel up here by us. It's in Fishkill, New York. And that's not even really by us. It's about 45 minutes away. The only Cracker Barrel up here in the Northeast that I know of. You start seeing them at every highway exit around southern part of New Jersey once you start getting into Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. That's when it's just, you can throw a stone in any direction and hit a Cracker Barrel. But I can't imagine that it's going to this is going to help the brand stabilize itself for the future. It's destroying all the reasons why you would go there. Let's see. The longhorn ticks recently found in Michigan. Supposedly they're the kind that cause the meat allergy. Alpha-gal you're talking about. I was going to bring up, if we had time, there's a lot of things I could have asked G. Edward Griffin last night, including, like somebody had written into me in the comment section, it's totally spot on. You know, what do? This is a 94-year-old man, and you want to talk about supplements versus genetics, that we were just talking about longevity the night before that. You see how everything kind of works in together. But the night before that, when we had Christabel and Daniel from Verso, who are one of our our Jamboree sponsors, on to talk about genetics and longevity and quality of life and length of life and all that. There are people out there who can smoke. You have the George Burns of the world, who can take down 5 cigars a day and eat fast food and still make it to their mid to late 90s. And that's the question: are they the exception or the rule? I think most things point to them being the exception, but that doesn't seem like the kind of guy that G. Edward Griffin would ever have been. You know, a chain smoking cigar guy who packs it on with the dollar menu. So I would have loved to ask them that. And also, when I asked them about bio warfare and hormone dysregulation and cancer rates and all this other stuff, there's also things that get lost in the weeds. Like, you want to talk about engineered viruses or gain of function gone wrong and lab leaks and whatever the hell else. Well, what about actual biological warfare attempts that have gone wrong and blown up in our faces? Because by every estimate, I don't see how Lyme disease could have been anything else, considering the proximity to Plum Island and all that other stuff. And that has been the word for a long time. Lyme disease was supposed to be developed as a way to attack Russian livestock and to put strain on their food supply out there. And instead, it became epidemic levels over here. And now we have this alpha gal stuff. Alpha gal, where some people are split on it, that it could just be the way it is. It causes like really severe meat allergies. But I read something recently. My friend Brooklyn sent this to me, and I have to go find the actual the where the hell was it? I have to go find the video. No, the article. Let's see here. Bioethicists. There are some things here. There are some statements made by a group of bioethicists about how alpha gal is actually it's a good thing, because it's the less people eating meat, the better. So whenever we talk about bioethics in the modern sense, I mean, always remember one of the first articles we covered on bioethics was on this one bioethicist who thought it would be good to put sedatives in public drinking water to make people more compliant and less resistant to public edicts of the healthcare variety, especially when it comes to quarantine orders and everything else like that people will be a little bit less inclined to want to disobey that. These are bioethicists. There's plenty of them out there who really don't think that human free will is in line with the public good. You want to talk about ethics. So there's plenty of things that I want to pull up on that. Aqua Xanax. It's essentially what it is. It's essentially what it is. You think about the Batman movie, the Christopher Nolan Batman movie. What Scarecrow is doing to the water supply. It's essentially that, but with sedatives, not hallucinogens. At least that's what they want. Fluoride, though. We're talking about IQ dropping. That's definitely that. I mean, that's been published now a few times over the last 10 years. Fluoride effects on IQ, especially when it comes to men and boys. blood-brain barrier is a bit thinner. That's why men and boys are usually hit with neurological and cognitive disabilities from side effects of chemical exposure and medicines a lot more than girls usually do. That whole blood-brain barrier, and IQ is definitely a part of that. And of course, that's all published. Let's see. Do you eat the bone marrow from the caribou? Are you talking to me? Oh, stewing the last of my caribou meat. Oh, it's Lisa Gray. Mike is talking to Lisa Gray about caribou meat. Never had it in my life though. That sounds good. But I do eat bone marrow whenever it's there. I thought blood-brain barrier disease comes from lack of. Is that a cat? Is that a kitty? Just open a new bag of Keto Brains. I'm always opening a new bag of Keto Brains. Well, about once a month. I really don't go too crazy with it. I get nice big heaping scoop about once a day. On a day when I really want to take it up a notch, maybe I'll go 2 times, but you really don't need that much. Consistency, a nice big heaping scoop, especially if you have the long stem scooper. Again, if you want to try this, I want to give it to you. So if you want some samples, email me, frank@quitefrankly.tv. Say, Frank, can I try some samples of that Keto Brain stuff? Sure. You got it. Because I know if you try it, most of you are going to go out and get it because it's good. It's good. It doesn't break your fast. It enhances your fast. So yeah. Okay. Brother Zoe. So Zoso dude, when do you start coming over here? You're not flying out, you're riding out. Are you already on the road, or are you going to be on the road next week? Zoso, you better bring that Keto Brains with you on the way to across country. And pick up some snake oil for that Jay Bergerian guy. Next Friday, I believe. Okay. It has begun. Next Friday is actually going to be the beginning of the Jamboree, if you think about it now. If you think about it, when Zoso casts off from the West Coast and that journey begins, that's when that's when you know the pilgrimage has begun. He's the first one to push away from the dock. The Quite Frankly migration across America. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited. The studio's looking really nice. I gotta check on some stuff here, actually. Let's see if my brother said. Hey, did the foam sound diffusers fall off the wall behind my drum set in the performance room? Last night on Extra Innings, you guys were with me and Mike in the performance room putting up the foam plates, well, slabs. Got to see how that worked out. Okay, they did not fall off. The adhesive worked. Well, I'm still gonna anchor it down with some staples. That'll be good. Frank, do you eat before you go on air? I notice you burp a lot and have indigestion. No, I don't have indigestion, doctor. My last meal of the day is around 4:45 to 5:15, the latest. I'm out the door by 5:25. I'm live at 7 o'clock, and depending on what I'm drinking, and do a lot of talking. That's that. Stop that. No, you stop yourself. In fact, tonight I'm going to burp more. I'm going to burp, and I'm going to take a shit on air. In fact, I'm going to start a separate stream just for Jay Bergadon in there, where I will shit right onto the camera. I burp when Frank goes on air. Good. Thank you, John Michael. Thank you. I'm surprised. Yeah, mission control. I'm surprised half of you aren't on the toilet right now. So, hey, listen, anybody, I know that YouTube is coming, there is a transformation algorithmically going on with YouTube right now. That we are starting to see a lot of new people coming onto the channel. There's been this really incredible demographic shift that's happening. I don't know how many of you out there have found the channel within the last week or two, but if you're out there, because I know the short and medium length content that we're posting are slightly different audiences than the long form content. But if you found the show within the last 2 weeks, put the number 1 in the chat room. I'm curious about that. I just want to start taking note of when we start seeing crossover from the new people who watch the posted videos versus those, yes, Shane, versus those who are watching the nightly live shows, which are long form. So I'm interested in that. Instagram is a completely different beast. We've brought on about 3,000 new subscribers in the last couple of weeks, and here's what I want from you guys. Here's what I want from you guys. Please start calling into the show with your best stories ever, especially when we have crazy story nights, wild story nights, open lines on Friday nights. Call into the show and give us a nice, concise banger of a story. Because once I can get a couple of those calls converted into clips that go even semi-viral on Instagram and anywhere else, that's going to be awesome. Not only will it be entertaining or interesting, funny, poignant, whatever, but it's also going to have people say, damn, okay, I want to watch this live. I want to be the next one to call in to one-up that person with my story. So that's what I want to encourage you guys. Call in. Especially when the lines are open. When it's open lines and there's not really a set topic, you can come with whatever. Flex. John Otter's got one for us. Okay, good. Nice. You need to get back on Timcast and redeem yourself? Did you see those comments? I was very well received. I wasn't asked back. But that's okay. Tim's got his thing going on there. Every once in a while I send him a message to wish him well. Maybe one day he'll come back on the show in our studio where Timcast Live began. You know, I was his first engineer in 2016. He sat in Matt's seat. Tim sat in Matt's seat for maybe 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah, Kurt, I was on Tim's show in June of 2022. But when me and Anthony and our band was out at VidCon in Anaheim in June of 2016, we were out there to perform at the arena out there. Me and Tom and Derek helped Anthony bring one of his 10-second songs compilations to life on stage, and it was really a lot of fun. And when we weren't doing that, which was just one day, we had access to pretty much everything out there in VidCon, and there's just thousands of people all over the place, great vendors, content creators that Anthony knew, so we were meeting really cool people and hanging out with people. And I bumped into Tim out there. Now, I had already known Tim because I knew him through Bill Ottman of Minds.com, and Bill and Tim they used to be roommates for a while, and they all lived around here. But back then, I said, "Oh, what's up, Tim?" And he was just walking around. Nobody knew who the hell he was. So he was just on his own, covering the event, had his beanie on, and we talked for a little bit. We exchanged information. I said, "Listen, when you get back on the East Coast, give us a call. Come see the studio." And because it was a brand new studio, only at the new studio that I'm in right now, about a year at that point. And by August or so, he gave me a buzz and I said, "Come on by, and we'll do some streams." And I remember I don't think we were streaming to his. Oh yeah, we were streaming to his YouTube, but also Facebook. And I was his engineer for a couple of episodes. And he came by to watch some of those early Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton debates. The because you'd be in jail debate, he was over for that too. And hung out on the roof too. We all hung out on the roof. It's good. It's fun memories. Feels like it was like 3 lifetimes ago though. So that would be interesting. It would be kind of like a full circle kind of a thing. If you ever came back to New York and sat in on that studio. Let's see. Jay Bergrion with another fantastic contribution. Frank, have you considered hiring? No, I've not considered hiring anybody. But you notice they press the wrong buttons going to break a lot. It's disrupting the flow. You're disrupting the flow with your diarrhea mouth. And I love when I hit the wrong buttons because I know some people love it. And those are the people who matter. The people who love the little bit of blemishes, the people who love the little bit of the hiccups, the things that kind of break things up and get me frustrated because they think it's funny. Those are the people who matter. The people who want things, the flow should not be disrupted. Those people are the ones I want to turn off. Do you understand? I want those people turned off. So, obviously, Jay Bergrion wasn't around during the time that that I had a dancing microphone a boom arm that would run all away from me, and I could never keep it in one place. That was a lot of fun. Nobody loves that, says Jay Bergrion, who's getting his. I'm scratching his belly right now. I know, everybody. Some dogs need to be scratched. If you want to take the show to the next level, you have to be more professional. Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy that the show will always be at the same level for my lack of professionalism with sometimes hitting the wrong button. If that's what keeps me back, then fuck. All right. What else? Give us another liner note, Jay Bergrion. It's got to be AI. And the demon voice has to go. It's cringe. You have to go, my friend. You have to go. It's time for you to go. There's nothing here. There's nothing here for you. You're not having a good time. It's time for you to go. That's that. It's time to go. This is not a show for you. I know. You press the wrong button, the cops are called. And I just don't care about anybody. What the hell? What opinions? Appointments. I got an appointment? No, I don't. I pushed the right button at that point. All right, well, listen. It's 11:15. I'm glad that we did at least a half hour together. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of unprofessional fun. A lot of unprofessional fun. You're right, bad monkey. I'm always naked from the waist down. I live my act. I live it to the fullest. But tonight, please show up at 7 o'clock for random, unprofessional, wrong button pushing fun with me, Matt, open lines full of people who have no radio etiquette, who call in and sometimes don't get to the point, which is also unprofessional. Everything I do is wrong, and everything will go wrong tonight, and that is why it'll be a fantastic show. So enjoy your life, enjoy your Friday, and I'll see you at 7 p.m. Buy some Keto Brains, which is snake oil as well. It's powdered snake oil, and your brain is going to love it. If you want some samples of it, get in touch with me, Frank at quitefrankly.tv. I'm gonna buy it for you, get you some samples, and see you tonight. A più tardi. Be well.